New Canadian telescope, nicknamed CHIME in Western Canada, has monitored repeating radio frequencies from deep space that are believed not to be made by human life.
Ooh.
As we now know, signals hitting Earth from outer space aren't new. Sometimes they're from a forgotten Russian satellite probe. What's strange about this set of chimes is the fact that they repeat on a schedule. A tone, heard here for 4 days straight, pulsing, then silence for 12 days. Then the sequence starts again.
I'm just so happy that we got to the final point and I got to hear my first space sound. I heard the aliens. Those were aliens. You can't tell me otherwise. They're talking. They're not saying anything nice. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I said, other life forms in the universe, if there are any, don't want to deal with us. We are the worst of the worst. Kardashians of space. Although they're not that bad anymore.
Researchers say originated from a dwarf galaxy just 2 billion light years away. The signal was received by means of 15 powerful radio pulses, and its cause is completely unknown. Some believe that these signals could be emitted by a black hole or rotating neutron stars, which emit extremely strong magnetic fields, though this is all just speculation. Another theory is obviously that these frequencies could be from alien spacecraft. The signals were received by members of the Breakthrough Listen project, which is a small organization dedicated to finding signs of intelligent alien life, led by Stephen Hawking and backed by a $100 million investment from Stephen Hawking himself.
Okay, well, I've got nothing to go off of other than the guy telling me about the sounds that could be originating from a black hole, which is terrifying because I hate black holes more than anything. My biggest fear is that a black hole, and it's not entirely impossible, could just form and suck Earth right on into it. We'd all be spaghetti.
The signal was captured on their Big Ear radio telescope. The telescope at the time was being used to search for any possible evidence of extraterrestrial life. Ordinarily, those researching the printout of extraterrestrial signals saw nothing but random 1s and 2s, with a few 4s and 3s mixed in, all mostly from random space activity.
What's that mean?
But the WOW signal consisted of 6 EQUJ5. What the signal means is anyone's guess. It happened only once, and it went on for an entire 72 seconds. The researcher was so impressed by the signal and so shocked when he discovered it that he circled it and wrote "Wow!" exclamation point.
I have heard of the WOW signal. I would love to hear the WOW signal, but at this point, I'm not getting my hopes up. I don't think I'll ever hear a signal from space. I also don't, am I supposed to know what it means by 1, 2, 3, 4? They're like, there's lots of 1s, there's 2s, there's some 6s and 7s in there. What are you meaning? What does that mean? Is that a music thing? Is that a sound thing? Do you know? I know how to count. I'm familiar with that. But they're like, oh, it's made up of 1s and 2s. What does that mean? What's made up of 1s and 2s? Doesn't make sense. Or is this a common thing and I'm just stupid? Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Central Dark, your place for all things horror. I'm your host, Lucy McPhee, and these are the scary signals from space that prove aliens exist. We haven't really proven anything at this point. I've just listened to a guy tell me about sounds. Now I'm starting to think, do we get to hear these sounds? I thought in space there was no sound. But then you get signals from the satellites. I don't really understand. I mean, I added the title, so this could be my fault. If there's no sounds, I apologize for being sassy.
FRB, or Fast Radio Burst, titled FRB 150215, was received from outside of our galaxy on February 15th, 2015, and it's only the 22nd cosmic signal of its kind. However, even though 2 years have passed since its reception, experts are still no closer to finding out what actually caused it. An obvious first assumption by many is that it could be signs of alien life, and according to Harvard University researchers, the signal could be coming from some sort of alien ship, or some sort of advanced alien technology.
Okay, the lack of alien noises is quite bothersome. All I'm hearing is a guy describe these things to me. I want to hear the sounds from space. Don't give me the guy describing the sounds from space. Where are the sounds from space? Anyway, he's saying this sound that I will never listen to is the 22nd cosmic sound ever recorded. That's pretty sick, you know?
The signal actually comes from a relatively close cluster of stars. Supposedly, the signal was described by astronomers and scientists as being a very strong signal, quote unquote. And it appears to have been sent from a star inside a nearby constellation. The constellation is known as Hercules, and the star is known as HD 164595. The most interesting aspect of the star is that it only sits about 95 light years away. In theory, a human could travel that far in their lifetime if they were sent into space as a baby. Even more interesting is that according to the article posted by The Independent, the star is almost the exact size as our planet.
This is... Okay, space is just... I hate it. I really dislike it more than anything. I wish it wasn't real. But then we wouldn't be real. First of all, a signal came from a star. The star is something light years away, and they're like, not that far. But you can only get there in your lifetime if you go from a baby, if you're sent there as a baby, and then you'll eventually get there right when you die. Sick. So if you want to visit this star, you can. It's also the size of our Earth. I don't want that. I don't want any part of that. I don't want to be involved in space. The fact that I'm reacting to this video is quite upsetting.
Astronomers detected mysterious signals from a distant galaxy. These mysterious signals were picked up in Canada by a super strong telescope. But the problem is, nobody knows the origin or the nature of these mysterious radio wave blasts. There were exactly 13 quick radial bursts, known in the industry as FRBs, or fast radio bursts, and each burst was coming from the exact same source. How far away was this source? It was roughly 1.5 billion light years away from Earth. This is one of those events that only happens once in a blue moon. In fact, this exact type of incident has only happened one previous time.
Wow. I lost my train of thought during that. But Canada discovered something that only happens once in a blue moon and has only happened once in our lifetime. And what happened, I can't quite remember what he just told me. I really do have bad attention span, but I didn't hear any space noises. I'm starting to think that NASA just don't even release them. That's what I'm gonna go with. Maybe they just never want us to hear the space noises because they're not real. Maybe it's because we're not even in space. Oh, it's because it's a simulation.
Sample the Parkes radio telescope in Australia, which captured BLC-1, the signal from Proxima Centauri. It's not just the closest star to our solar system. There are 2 exoplanets orbiting it, one of which is Proxima b, which is in the so-called habitable zone, which means it's potentially suitable for life. So we could get that radio signal from a technologically advanced civilization from a neighboring star system.
Whoa, that's pretty cool. There's a neighboring star system, could be civilization. We could live there. Why aren't we living there? Let's all move to Proxima Centauri. Centauri. I'm gonna move to Proxima Centauri. You wanna go there, Chris? I'll bring Slash, my husband. Mr. Slash, Mr. and Mrs. Slash. I'll be his guitar.
121102. As we saw from the CHIME telescope in Canada, FRBs, or fast radio bursts, are still a long way away from being understood by humans today. A burst known as FRB 121102, a burst being sent from a small galaxy about 3 billion light-years away, was repeated and intercepted by instruments on Earth 93 times in a single day in August 2017. Scientists concluded that one event could not produce radio signals for that long, that something or someone had to be controlling it.
That's creepy. A ton of signals coming from space. And not one event could have caused it. It had to be something or someone. I like that. Dun dun dun. Aliens, for sure. What creates these noises? I honestly thought... I don't know. I really know very little about science and space, but I just thought sounds couldn't... What causes sounds? The idea... Oh my god, like, what if... you're in space and you're right next to Saturn. Saturn's rings. It's just fucking rocks flying around there. You think that makes noise? Bet it makes noise when it kills you.
In 1979 in Siberia, a meteorite hit Earth carrying a strange payload, never before seen by humans. It was a rare metal formation called a quasi-crystal, which features 60 points of rotational symmetry made of aluminum, copper, and iron, not found to occur in nature on Earth. Some space authors believe that this meteorite was sent by an advanced set of beings trying to teach humans the ways to master technology and materials not yet discovered by man.
Whoa, that's kind of trippy. A meteorite hit Siberia, and it was made up of things we don't have on Earth. Well, that would kind of make sense, right? There's other planets for a reason. They're not made up of what we're made up of, right? Or am I stupid? I don't know. I don't know science. Okay, whatever. He thinks it's life, other life in space, sending these things to us to teach us to advance. That does not seem right. I don't think anyone, if there's things in space, they don't like us. I don't think they're gonna send us goods to be like, here, we're gonna help you. They're gonna be like, here's a meteorite, I want you to explode. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Should have sent an asteroid. One day. Well, there we have it. Thanks for tuning into this video. I've been your host, Lisa McPhee. Stick around for bloopers. That was the clip? I didn't even hear the space sounds. You know that, Chris? You like them? Why? They're devoid of sound and light. And they suck. They tear you apart. They tear all your atoms apart. And then it's called spaghettification. You look like a piece of spaghetti going in there. You won't know about it. You'll be dead. We're moving on. Immediately moving on. Let's not get there. I'm going. I've got nothing else to add because I don't get to listen to them apparently. Where are the sounds? Give me sounds. The shade I'm throwing right now. And these are the scary. Do you want me to? Thinking about space. I'll vomit on the camera. What happened in here? You murder someone? You pull out their weave? Yeah. Just play. I can't. Play! Chris! Interesting. Forgot what he said it was. Gosh, I don't have the attention span for this. I've already forgotten. It's like I didn't even watch the video, to be honest.